Yo, 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 what's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Y'all back with another episode of Chicago Bears Report. I'm your host, Ill Boogie Brown, and I know the whole city is not in a good mood today. And we got a lot of stuff to unpack. Phone lines are open. 872-222-7010. Scream at me, man. Let me know what's next for the beloved. What is next? What we doing? As we turn our attention to, of course, the offseason, the draft, career-defining moment for Ryan Poles. What we doing with our quarterback situation? Whole lot to unpack, man. Let me jump in these comments. And, of course, comment section is open. Phone lines are open. What we doing, y'all? Bears drop 117-9 up in Lambeau Field. And once again, we were out-coached, outplayed, out-hustled, just flat out everything. And it's time for a change. It's time for a change. Do I like the direction that the Bears are trending in? Absolutely. Let me move this out the way. But it's rough being a Bears fan, man. 10 straight losses to the Packers. Jump in the comments, holla at me, man. 10 straight losses to the Packers. What we doing? Where you at with it? You ready to blow everything up? Fire the coaches? Everybody? The dogs? Everybody? Or do you like where we trending? You want to build? You want to start fresh with a new QB? Reset the quarterback clock? What we doing? What we doing, Bear Down Nation? Let's talk about this. Jordan Love. I want to start there. Let me start there, man. And before I get into Jordan Love's performance today, let's talk about organizational success. We're talking about the Green Bay Packers, 30 consecutive years and counting of great quarterback play. Jordan Love, first year as a starter, goes for over 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Those are the numbers that we hope we will see out of our quarterback eventually. You know what I'm saying? They already got it covered. And that's because of organizational competency, man. They know what they're doing. They know how to develop a quarterback. They got a room full of young receivers and still find a way to get it done, especially getting it done, over the beloved. 10 straight losses, man. Jordan Love. It seems like it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter who's behind center up there in Green Bay. The mechanics look the same. The moxie looks the same. It's just a good situation for young quarterbacks to go and develop, man. Seen it with Favre, seen it with Rodgers. And if you're a Bears fan, it should make you sick to your stomach because we got to deal with Jordan Love for the next 10 or so years, however long he's going to be in Green Bay. And he doesn't even have an elite set of weapons yet, with the exception of Aaron Jones. It's going to get better up there. You saw how the front seven was playing on defense. They're always going to have a competent defense. But you should be very, very, very frightened by the fact that he's doing it with a bunch of young rookie or second-year player at receiver. Wait till they actually build an offense around Jordan Love. You should be frightened. And here we are again just trying to figure it out, trying to pick up the pieces after a 10th straight loss. So, yes, the Green Bay Packers are better than us in every sense of the word. This is no longer a rivalry. We're holding their jock straps, and it is what it is. If you're a Bears fan, don't try to psych yourself out. We are being out everything by the team up there in Wisconsin. What more can I say? Aaron Jones. consistently a thorn in the Bears' side. He comes back off an injury, of course, right on schedule. And I know y'all upset, man. That's why y'all keep popping in and out. Y'all don't want to talk. I get it. So I'm going to talk for y'all today. But what are we doing, man? What are we doing? I could go on all day about how we got outplayed by the Packers today. But let's go to the other side of the coin. Justin Fields, let's start there. I feel like had Luke Getsy had a better game plan in place to deal with the man coverage and 5-man rushes that they were employing a lot today, you could have easily carved them up, man. They weren't doing nothing spectacular. Man up, 5-on-5 in the trenches, and they were able to beat us. Tevin Jenkins, you look like you don't want a contract extension today. You got whooped by Brooks all afternoon. I could understand if it was their standout guy, Kenny Clark, but you were getting whooped by a young guy all afternoon. Dan Feeney. Doesn't matter who plays at center for the Bears. We stink at center. Must be an upgrade at that position. Overall, the offensive line today, you got whooped. Tackles, played at about a C+, C- level. But overall, you got whooped. And against a team that plays zone most of the day, and I got Elements MC in the comments, 18 passing attempts for the Bears. How do you go out like that? I'm going to let Justin Fields go out on his sword and possibly his last game in the Chicago Bears uniform. Let him go out on his sword, man. Air it out. They could cover DJ Moore all day. What you saw though, is we got exposed, especially at the wide receiver position. Wide receiver position going down the stretch with you have Tyler Scott, Equinemius St. Brown in the game, and one of the biggest games of the year. There's of course, Darnell Mooney. He's probably played his last snaps in Chicago. Tyler Scott, we'll see. But what do you guys want to do? I got the phone lines wide open. What are we doing with this first pick? What are we doing with the head coaching position? Are you satisfied with what you've been seeing out of Eberflus? I want to take it there right quick before we start taking some calls. Matt Eberflus, once he started calling the defense, he's been a very competent and very good defensive coach in the National Football League for a long time, going back to his days in Dallas and, of course, the Indianapolis Colts. I'm not mad if they decide to run it back with Eberflus. Here comes the hard part. You've got to get that guy a 3 technique on that line, or this scheme just simply doesn't work. His variation of the Tampa 2, the 4-3 cover 3, if you don't have the ability to rush 4, it's just simply not going to work. You can't sit in zone against NFL quarterbacks all day long. They're going to pick you apart. There's nothing you can do about it. I know you guys see guys running free, wide open, in the middle of zone coverage. It's by design. If you can't get home with 4, you can forget about it. The scheme, low-key, is outdated. However, it's still effective if you have the exact personnel that you need to run it. And I've seen the Eberflus run it at a high level. The ability to fix this scheme, literally, in my opinion, rests on 2 offseason upgrades. You need a strong side defensive end, play opposite Montez Sweat so they can wreak havoc, and you have to get a 3 technique. I like what we're doing with Javon Dexter as a 1, playing opposite a dominant 3. I like Billings as a rotational run stuffer. I like him. But here we go again. Justin Jones. He's excuse me. He's just a rotational piece at this point in his career, man. And they keep rolling this dude out there every year as a 3 technique. Okay, let's fix this in the offseason or let's fix it in the draft. If you're trading back and acquiring a bunch of picks, Your 3 techniques in the first round, Jazon Newton out of Illinois. Go get him. Go get him yesterday. And if you want to address it in free agency, Christian Wilkins for the Dolphins, throw a bag at him. You got the money, but you got to fix it. All the great Bears defenses we've seen over the last 20 years that ran to Tampa 2, they had the ability to get home rushing 4. If you're gonna die on that sword, that defensive line has to be lights out. So Jared Verse is going to be available. Christian Wilkins from the Dolphins, he should hit free agency. They're not going to be able to pay everybody. Throw a bag in him. Build the trenches. Justin Fields, the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room right now. What are we doing at the quarterback position? After seeing what I saw today, Fields was accurate, but he was under duress the entire afternoon. And honestly, that's not his fault. And as a fan base, we can't continue to grade Justin Fields on the curve. However, this afternoon, it was not his fault. He knew where he wanted to go with the ball. He was quick and decisive with his reads. He didn't turn the ball over this afternoon. And Luke Getsy simply didn't give this guy the opportunity to go out there and down the sword, man. In his potential last game in a Bears uniform, you don't give him the opportunity to go down his sword. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. This is the game where, hey, let's let him throw the ball 30, 35, 40 times. This is the game. This is the game for that. Let him go out on his sword. Find out what you got in a hostile environment. And I'm playing for my job situation. Let's make no mistake about it. Justin Fields is going to start somewhere if it's not in the Bears uniform next year. But I'm playing for my job in Chicago. Let me go out on my sword. Let me go out on my sword. And Luke Getsy, once again, robbed him of the opportunity to show what he can do. To show what he can do, man. This is extremely frustrating. Other spots on the offensive side of the ball that you must upgrade. The interior offensive line needs a massive overhaul, and you start it at the center position. The Bears, every week, struggle to deal with A-gap and B-gap pressure. Now, if you're not a football guy, that's basically pressure up the middle right in your face. The center's getting pushed back into his lap. The guards are getting whooped and pushed back into his lap. We can't have that. No quarterback in the NFL can function under those conditions. Excuse me. Period. I don't care who you get. You go get Marino. You go get Elway, Montana, Brady. I don't care. You show me A and B gap pressure, I'll show you a quarterback that's getting sacked all game long, no matter who it is. We have to show up the trenches. I don't care if it's Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix, Justin Fields. I don't care. If you can't deal with A and B gap pressure, and all afternoons, we're watching our interior line fail to pass off a simple stunt that I've coached high school offensive linemen to be able to pass off. We can't pass off a simple stunt. It's time to drop a bag on some upgrades or via the draft. I'm sorry. It's not going to get it done. Tevin Jenkins played like a man who doesn't want to be in Chicago anymore. He's getting whooped, losing hand fighting against young defensive linemen that he should be whooping at this point in his career. He's a veteran now. You should be whooping these guys in the trenches, Tevin. Unacceptable. You gave up 2 sacks today. Dan Feeney had no business even playing in the game. Too bad Cody Whitehair just forgot how to snap the ball completely. He's unusable. He has to go. Lucas Patrick was injured, but it doesn't matter. He sucks. Nate Davis has been very marginal. He's been very mediocre in his time in Chicago so far. However, I think he's a solid veteran that ultimately should be your rotational guard. I like to upgrade right guard and center. I think Tevin just had a bad game. He's been pretty good all season. He just had his worst game of the year. And you know, of course, in the worst situation because it's the Packers. But wow. Bears fans, what we doing? Jump in the comments, man. The phone line's open. 872 deuce 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 7010. Holla at me. The phone lines are open. What do you want to see happen in the offseason? If you're Kevin Warren, if you're Ryan Poles, I'm giving you guys the floor. Hit the phone lines. What are we doing? Is it fire the entire coaching staff? Let's start from scratch. I want to bring my new guys in and give me my new guys their opportunity to pick their quarterback. What we doing? What we doing? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments or via the phone lines. Or are we staying with Justin Fields and building what we see as something promising? I do feel like it's a promising situation, but it's a very complex way to fix this. And if you're Ryan Poles, Justin Fields is not the guy you drafted. So I'm going to give you my opinion on what you do and what competent organizations do. You stand pat with everything. If you're keeping Justin Fields, that means we're keeping Luke Getsy. Because if you don't keep Luke Getsy, you're tying another offensive coordinator to Justin Fields for the third time in his 4 years in Chicago. And we already seen that happen with Jay Cutler. It's a recipe for disaster. Good, competent organizations will say, hey, if we like this foundation, we're going to stay with what we got and improve on it. Now, the way you improve on it is you improve the weapons, you improve the trenches. If I'm Ryan Poles, I've seen what I need to see out of Justin Fields. All of the issues that he was having earlier in the year, ball security, he's cleaned it up. Not throwing many interceptions, cleaned it up. Being more decisive with his throws, making some anticipatory throws that you need to make at the NFL level, I've seen it all happen. My opinion, I trade out of that pick. I'm loading up on draft capital. And guess what? You have Justin Fields under control for the next 2 years at a very, very reasonable price point. It's going to cost you an average of $15 million a year to have a dynamic quarterback like Justin Fields under your control for the next 2 years. I'm rolling with that. And guess what? If you're trading out of the pick again this year, you're still going to be able to have enough draft capital to run it back and draft another quarterback if you need to in 2 years or next year if Justin just goes out there and lays another egg. But you'll do so with the entirely overhauled roster full of talent. So if you do bring a rookie quarterback in, he's going to be in a position to succeed because the roster is going to be stacked. Whereas Justin Fields came into a shit show in a total rebuild and 2 head coaches already in his short career. He's getting a raw deal. I wouldn't be mad if Justin Fields wouldn't say it to the media, wouldn't say it to the fans, but I wouldn't be mad if he can't wait to get the fuck out of Chicago. And excuse my language, but I wouldn't be mad because they failed that kid at every step of the way. However, things are improving. And I feel like they owe it to the kid to give him some real structure and some real stability. And I know our fan base hate Luke. We all can agree Luke Getsy has a lot of room for improvement. But they're tied at the hip. If you want Justin Fields, that means you're telling me you want Luke Getsy. Now, do we have a solution for that? in a quick offensive coordinator switch out. If we want Justin Fields, but we don't want Luke Getsy, there's only one name. There's only one name, and he should have been the guy to get the job in the first place, and his name is Greg Roman. Lamar Jackson is going to win MVP again. Lamar Jackson is going to win MVP again. You got to go get Justin Fields or Greg Roman. Give this kid someone who's going to build the offense around his skill set and not try to work around what you really want to do is have a traditional pocket passer. 3-step drop, hitch, throw. 5-step drop, hitch, throw. You want to run one of the most dynamic weapons at the quarterback position out of town because you don't want to build around him? Okay, fine. Go and get your guy. But it better work. And it better look the part. Or you failed twice. And it's going to cost a lot of jobs. But the Bears fan base is tired, man. We tired of Soldier Field. It's a dump. We're tired of offensive and defensive coordinators and head coaches who just don't cut the mustard. Third largest market and a legacy franchise. And we just swim in mediocrity. We swim in mediocrity, bro. All right, let's get some of these comments in, man. Elements MC. Yeah, it's a good point. But that's what I'm saying. If you're going to keep Justin Fields, man, you got to go and get a veteran guy who's going to design an offensive system around this kid. And then go get the weapons. It can work. Don't get me wrong. However, 3 offensive coordinators in 4 years is organizational failure at the highest level. It's organizational failure. You can't continue to trend in this direction as a legacy franchise, man. We already know the McCaskies ain't going nowhere, okay? Oh, how I wish they would sell the team. Oh, how I wish it would happen. But they're not going anywhere. So let's truly see who's in charge this offseason. It's going to be a fun ride. It's going to be an extremely fun ride. It's going to be a fun ride. And we're going to find out if the McCaskies are still pulling the strings or if Kevin Warren is really here to make a change. And I don't know if you guys know the history on Kevin Warren, but that dude does not play around. Us getting swept by the Packers again this year, yeah, heads are going to roll. Heads are going to roll, or these guys are truly going to continue to build it the right way. And next year, this Bears roster looks ridiculous with Justin Fields at the helm. Or who you going with? Is it Caleb? Is it Jaden Daniels? Is it I mean, wow. The quarterback depth in this draft is outrageous. And it leads me to bring up my next point. Can you afford to go 2 years straight without picking a quarterback? 2 years straight without picking a quarterback at the top of the draft. Can you afford to do that? Hate me if you want. I think the answer is no. I don't think you could take 2 years. I don't think you could go 2 years having the top pick in the draft and not take a quarterback, especially if your regime isn't responsible for the quarterback that is currently in place. My heart says to keep Justin Fields and keep building this thing, no doubt. My business mind says, okay, how good can we be if we build the roster around Justin Fields? Or is there lightning in the bottle? is there 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns somewhere out here? Which brings me to my next point. We decided to pass on C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. Glad we passed on Young. But we didn't take C.J. Stroud last year. The Texans are in the playoffs. He's a 4,000 yard, 30-plus touchdown passer as a rookie. You know why? They went and got a head coach and a coordinator and put a nice system around him. However, C.J. Stroud can flat out do it. He can ball. And it didn't take 3-4 years to find out if he could play. He can play right now. And the ceiling for the Texans is going to be ridiculous. They should run that division for the foreseeable future because they're going to continue to add talent. People are going to want to come play with C.J. Stroud. The Texans are going to be very good for a very long time because they got it right at quarterback. They got it right, and they got the right kind of guys around them. And let's keep it a buck. Who are his weapons? Tank Dell, and he's injured. But look at Nico Collins, man. Look how C.J. Stroud got Nico Collins looking. Dude is well over 1,000 yards. He is balling out of control. It's the guy behind center. So that brings me to my next question. Yeah, but Anthony Richardson is not C.J. Stroud. Anthony Richardson is very intriguing, but he found out very fast that running with reckless abandon in the NFL is going to get you hurt. It's going to get you hurt. Now, the way Justin ran the ball this year and he was trying to protect himself, he did a great job. The referees just hate his guts and want to see him get his head knocked off. And that happened again this afternoon where he's sliding and gets his head knocked off again and they never throw the flag. So Anthony Richardson don't stand a chance if he don't change the way he play. Because these refs don't want to protect no black quarterbacks, bro. They just don't. They want, hey, you ain't in the pocket, we going to let you get your head knocked off. How many times we seen Justin Fields take these kind of shots and there's no flag? Teams are going to keep doing it. They ain't going to throw the flag. But anyway, back to C.J. Stroud, man. Everybody said there wasn't a generational talent quarterback in the draft last year. When I was doing my pre-draft evaluations, I said, man, that dude's release is ridiculous. He throws with anticipation. And you know what they tried to paint the narrative of? C.J. Stroud can't read a defense. His Wonderlic test was low. Yeah. Kid can ball. And he's making guys who you would consider number two and number three wide receivers on good teams look like number ones. So, I'm saying that to say this. Can you afford to not pick a quarterback 2 years straight? We're not talking about we're in a situation where we just made the playoffs or, you know what I'm saying, our team was, even complete garbage. We're right where the Bears are usually at. And that's in football hell. Right in the mediocre middle. Can you afford, as a GM, as a team president, can you afford to not pick a quarterback 2 years in a row? If you're a businessman, you'll probably say, no, we can't afford that. However, if you're true to your vision, and you like what you've been seeing, absolutely you can build this roster out. But you have to understand, they don't owe any loyalty to Justin Fields. This organizational failure started with Ryan Pace and his regime, and it's trickled down over into Ryan Poles' regime. The only difference is we got a lot of draft capital, and Ryan Poles is standing on business when it comes to building this team through the draft, and it's the right way to do it. That being said, man, I promise y'all from the last episode, promise you guys a mock draft. So let's get it cracking. And for anybody that's looking for a good mock draft simulator that's not behind a paywall, Pro Football Network got it, y'all. Okay? Pro Football Network has got it. So let's get this tab in here. And we go into the screen share. Give me a thumbs up in the comments. Give me a thumbs up in the comments if everything looks good on the screen share. But let's jump in here, y'all. Let's jump in here. And here we go. Free mock draft simulator with the trades, man. This is the one I've been having a lot of fun with. And let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's get into this. And we're going to close the show up after we evaluate this quick little mock draft. I know you guys are mock drafted out, but you know, it's a lot of fun, and it's going to give us a little bit of insight of what the Bears may be thinking about. Now I think I want to do two, and I'm going to do them real fast. So we'll do 5 rounds. I want to get this over with pretty quick. But I'm going to approach this 2 different ways. As a GM with no loyalty to the previous regime or who they brought in, and as a GM who likes what he sees and wants to continue to build around what we got. So let's draft. And hold on. Let me move this around so we can there we go. And off the rip, I'm getting a crazy offer from the Patriots to move down the spot. Clearly, they want to draft Caleb Williams. Now, you guys keep in mind that it's a mock draft simulator. The AI might do something crazy. But right now, they want to give me 2 34 66. Next year's 1, and next year's 2. And I just moved down the spot, which will allow me to do something crazy. Now, I told you guys we're going to do this from 2 different perspectives, but let's review all the offers real quick. So the Patriots jumped off the porch immediately with a crazy offer. Cardinals want to move up from a few spots. I don't see why. They're going with Kyler Murray, as they said. Let's see. The Falcons, of course. See, nobody is trying to do that 3 first-rounders, which the Bears, I've heard in rumor mill that they're seeking those 3 first-rounders. Look at all those offers. Those are crazy. So we're going to stay put, okay? We're going to stay put right here. We're going to stay put. Nah, we're going to stay put. Okay, got the trade offers. I'm on the clock, man, so let's get this thing going. All right. I'm gonna go against the grain right quick. I'm angry Ryan Poles right now. This is unacceptable. I want to say I'm going to reset the quarterback clock, and we taking Caleb Williams. There it is. Raiders wants to move up a spot. They want to move up a spot real quick. And yes, I'll take that offer. Well, let me see what else. 17. Oh, wow. That's pretty tough. I'm going to take that Seahawks offer because they're giving me a 2025 second rounder. Must be a quarterback they like. Let me move this out the way. I need you go. Excuse me. Close that. Now I can see. See, man, they put all this stuff. That's why I'm gonna actually start probably paying for a mock draft simulator. But we're gonna just I can't even get to the tab where. Look at that. Come on, how bad y'all want me to buy some Starbucks, man? Okay, here we go. Click here to close. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna gonna take that Seahawks offer. All right, nah, we good. We good. We're gonna reject that. Reject that. It's time to pick somebody else now. So who's off the board? Okay, perfect. Perfect. At 15, I can get my 3 technique, or I could bolster the wide receiver. The wide receiver position. This is a need pick. Taking Jazon Newton. And with that 3rd rounder we picked up, we're going to stay put. We're going to stay put. We're rejecting all offers. We're going to stay put. And let's see who I have on the board. See who I have on the board. Got an area kid right there, Bucky Irvin. Hillcrest High School representing. We gotta nail this. We gotta nail this. Hold on, I better pause this, because I am on the clock and it's moving. Let me see. Okay. I'm starting to see a lot of talent right here at the receiver position. But you know what we really need to upgrade? The center position. And there it is. And we're going to reject. We're going to reject. Okay, so we got our starting center. Got our starting 3 technique. Got a new starting quarterback. Need to see what we could get for Justin now. And I'm going to come back to a very important position of need, in my opinion. And that's wide receiver. And if you've been watching the college football playoffs, Jalen Polk has been lighting it up. So we're going to go there in round 3. And we'll be finishing up this 5th round mock pretty soon. Could use some help on the edge. Could still use some help in the trenches here. Let's see what we got. Okay. Still a lot of talent on the board. But I think I'm going to go here. Jonas Ellis, edge, Utah. And let's finish this up. Round 5. I think this is a good spot where you can find a solid backup running back. Kind of a luxury pick at this point because you've addressed a lot of needs. But let's go and get Caleb Williams a security blanket. Jerry Rice's son, Brendan. Definitely got to overhaul this wide receiver room. Okay, so pretty solid haul, man. Caleb Williams, Jazon Newton, Jackson Powers Johnson out of Oregon, Jalen Polk, Jonas Ellens, Brandon Rice, and you got a 2nd round pick for next year. Not a bad haul at all. But let's restart. That was from a business approach. All right, let's jump back in. Another 5 rounder. And we're going to do this one at normal speed. Let me check my comments. There we go. All right. I'm going to check the comments. Let's jump back in. Thumbs up in the comments, man, if you're enjoying this mock draft and you can see everything. You hear me good? Quality is always of the utmost importance. And let's draft. Here we go. You don't do it like that. Here we go. God, that's annoying. Okay. You got to wow me. See, these offers are cool. There go the Patriots again with that offer. There they go again with that offer. There they go again. Let me see what else is out here. Okay. Nobody wants to jump off the porch and give us those 2 first rounders. As you can see. All right, so just for the sake of moving this on along, we're going to take that this Patriots offer. Let's go. I'm excited to see what they take. Okay, Caleb Williams is a New England Patriot. All right. So we're staying with Justin Fields in this mock draft right here. You know what time it is. Maserati Marvin Harrison, let's go. That's what my heart is telling me to do. Maserati Marvin Harrison. Now that 11th pick is fetching a lot of draft capital. The Eagles, what are they doing? Why do they want to move up so far? What are the 49ers? We're going to reject those. We staying put. All right. We picking the number. We're at the 11th spot. We're at the 11th spot. And the talent out here is crazy at 11. It's crazy at 11. So we just paired DJ Moore. And Maserati Marv together for Justin Fields. Look at the talent that's still available for us right here. And since we were able to go receiver already, we got to take Jazon Newton. Please go watch this kid's tape if y'all like, why is he so adamant on the Bears taking Jazon Newton? Because if we're bringing Eberflus back, he's Tommy Harris. He's Aaron Donald-esque. Yes, he is. He is like that. First step is ridiculous. So we got a couple of opportunities to move down here. I'm not crazy about it. But at pick number 34, we have some outrageous talent on the board. Don't know why Shadur is right there. But guess what, Bears fans? This is how you can get your cake and eat it too. This right here is how you have your cake and eat it too. You take the Eagles approach. We draft Michael Penix right there. And if Justin Fields doesn't pan out, Michael Penix Jr. should be ready to go. And that kid's release is even quicker than CJ Stroud's. You can't go wrong with this approach. Now, we still got to bolster the trenches. So with this approach, we're just able to do so much. And we're going to reject these offers real quick. Let's go ahead and reject those offers real quick. Oh, a lot of talent right here. But y'all know where I'm doing. Y'all know where I'm going with this. And if he's still available, you already know where I'm going with this. Get our center for the next 10 years right there. Jackson Powers Johnson. Shout out to the homie Jay Hollins. He'll tell you everything you know about that kid from Oregon. Definitely a monster in those trenches. We will not have any issues going forward at center if you draft that kid. And right here, we just getting a whole bunch of fluff picks because it's a lot of talent on the board still. I'm going to reject these two offers. Let's get this show on the road. This right here, and now you're just cooking with gas, man. It's all luxury picks. You could take the best talent available, and just bolster the roster. You can go edge. You could go running back. Oh, my goodness. You could go back to the trenches. But I think after getting Jazon Newton, I think I'm good with my rotations, guys. But I got my difference maker at the 3 tech. I got my difference maker now. So here's where Eddie Jackson, it's been real. I watched a lot of Pac-12. Rest in peace to the Pac-12. But I watched a lot of UFC this year. Yeah, that guy come start over Eddie Jackson right now, day one, and you won't miss him. You will not miss him. And let's see where we at, man. Because now, if he's available the next time I'm clicking the select button, I'm going to have a guy, and I think I might get him. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm on the clock. This ain't going to take long at all. We need an explosive guy in the backfield. Hillcrest High School's on. Chi-Town, stand up. We going Bucky Irvin out of the University of Oregon. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hometown kid. Let's bring him home. And as we're wrapping up, got one more pick. Of course, we going to just continue to just stack talent. Going to stack talent, man. Wouldn't be mad at another receiver right here. Wouldn't be mad at another wide receiver right here at all. Could go corner. Could just never have enough depth at a lot of these need positions, man. Could just never have enough depth. Whole lot of talent on the board still. Whole lot of talent on the board still. And I think I see what I want to do here. Let's go corner. Kyrie Jackson out of Oregon. Can't go wrong. Press corner, get it done in man coverage, which you need to be able to do a lot in this scheme. And let's see, do we have a fifth rounder? Yes, we do at 139. Let's go. And we rejecting all trades here. Let's get this thing over with. And still some great talent available. But let's go ahead and wrap this draft up, man, and wrap up this episode. And here we go with another just luxury pick right now because you're just building depth. You're building depth. Nothing but quality guys coming onto the roster. And this ain't even counting free agency. This ain't even counting free agency right here. I'll probably go back to the trenches right here. Matter of fact, we go O-line, get us a swing tackle. Saloa Laumie, Utah, which has been a really good hotbed for offensive linemen as of recent, man. Good program out there at Utah. Can't go wrong with getting the swing tackle, who ultimately may be good enough to replace a Braxton Jones as a starter down the line. So there we have it, man. There we go. The trade down approach, and look at all the draft capital you get. Get Maserati Marv, Jazon Newton, quarterback of the future if Justin Fields doesn't pan out. First round level talent, Michael Penix Jr. He has been lighting up the college football playoffs. And I think he has great potential for that to translate into the pros. Jackson Powers Johnson, day one starter at center the minute you draft him. Kalen Bullock takes over for Eddie Jackson. Now you got him and Brisker. Safeties are good. Bucky Irvin got a home run hitter at running back. Catch it out the backfield. Swiss Army knife. Area kid. I love it. Kyrie Jackson. We go back-to-back Oregon. Got 3 Oregon Ducks on this one. Go round. And Saloa Laumie, however you want to say his name. Laumie, I think that's how you pronounce it. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Good swing tackle at pick 139. Then we right back in the saddle with New England's first next year and the second rounder for them. Man, 2 first-round picks. Can't go wrong, man. All right, so let's jump back over here. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the share screen. And that's where we at with it, man. Jump in, do your own mock drafts. Hold on, Mom's in here. She say, leave Justin Fields alone. Yes, ma'am. I agree with you there. That's what my heart telling me, man. Let's build this thing the right way. But once again, for a quick recap, man, before we get up out of here, let's bring the music in for one last time this season. I'll be back with a draft preview show and off-season preview show. It's going to be a lot of fireworks, man. Playoffs are here. Just like that, man. The season's over already. So here we go. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in all season, man. Chicago Bears report. Trust me and believe me when I say it's going to be a wild ride this offseason. I'm extremely nervous. I'm an avid Justin Fields supporter. And I have never been this nervous as a Bears fan in my entire existence as a Bears fan. I hope they retain him. But I can definitely see both sides of the coin. And it's going to be an exciting offseason, man. Whether we running this thing back next year with a whole new quarterback and offensive coordinator, maybe we keeping Flus, or we just wiping everything clean. We tired of this. New regime is like, we're going to get the right guys in here so we could start having some sustained success. Oh, man. Anyway, once again, I'd like to forbid you guys adieu. Thank you for hanging in with me. It's been a tumultuous Bears season, but if you're a Bears fan, you're used to it. Love you guys, man. And, let's keep the JF1s going in the chat because I think ultimately that's the way we could build towards sustained success. And that's this episode, man. Definitely holler at me. And, go back and rewatch it. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Peace.